Today is Friday, January 24th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. And actually, although it is very cold, it is actually pretty quiet here in the middle of the country. We don't have a big Gulf nor'easter type storm. We don't have as much extreme cold, although it is still very cold through the middle of the country. But it's a relatively quiet Friday, and that's something I think we all could use right now. So let's get on with the forecast. We'll look at the map first. We do have a bit of a warm front. There's a little bit of light snow falling across the northern plains. Nothing heavy though. A little bit of snow falling over the northern Rockies. We also have some ongoing lake effect snow. It's been pretty relentless on the west side of Michigan, coming off of Lake Michigan. We've also had some pretty relentless snows happening downwind of Erie and Ontario as well. But as we move our way around the country, yeah, it's still cold. It's just not quite as cold as it was a few days ago. Low 20s, Detroit to Cleveland, near 20 in Grand Rapids, even over there in Minneapolis and Des Moines, where high temperatures were below zero a few days ago. These 20s and low 30s are a huge difference, a huge increase in our daytime highs from just a few days ago. 26 today in Cincinnati, 29 in Louisville, mid and upper 30s from Nashville over to Memphis, and finally getting to that freezing mark over there in St. Louis. As we look at our temperature trend, yeah, we got some bouncing around here with our 7-day forecast, but generally no extreme cold in the forecast. Maybe a little hint of that in the long range, but we'll see what we can do about that as we get a little bit closer. Chicago, your high temperatures generally in the 30s most days, so after today, I think that's kind of the worst of it for at least a little while. Down into the southeast, especially across Georgia, South Carolina, and into portions of North Carolina where snow fell just a few days ago. We're going to melt that snow away with temperatures peaking into the 40s today, 44 in Atlanta. We're melting away that snow as well along the Gulf Coast, where highs will be in the 40s and even some low 50s today, 58 over there in Dallas. Our temperature trend is one that goes up and up here in the southeast. So as I mentioned for your neighbors up there in the Midwest, the worst may be behind us, at least for some time, with highs getting back into the upper 50s for much of next week. Looking at Fort Lauderdale, we got mostly cloudy skies today. It is going to be a cold and windy day. You know, of course, we're talking about South Florida, so anywhere else this would be great, but 60 degrees with wind chills in the upper 40s is quite cold for Fort Lauderdale. The third part of the day, we got some partly cloudy skies. We are going to bounce out of this pretty nicely, so by the end of the weekend and heading into next week, highs will be in the mid and upper 70s. So that is your Friday morning weather update. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. And remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.